Friends, today we are going to study about mitochondria. So already we have studied about photosynthesis, before which we studied about the structure of the chloroplast. So chloroplast is very important for photosynthesis, so we studied about chloroplast. Similarly, next we are going to see about respiration. So before we see about respiration, the important organelle where the respiration takes place is the mitochondria. So we are going to study about mitochondria now. So this is a structure of a cell. So where we have other organelles also. In that we have the mitochondria. See, this is mitochondria. So the mitochondria, in each human cell, the mitochondria is about 100 to 1000 is present as average, except in the mature RBC, which rely on the anaerobic metabolism. So this mitochondria is originally represented as individual isolated organelle. So you know many other organelles are present in a cell, that is like nucleus, endoplasmic reticulum, cytoplasm. Mitochondria is also an organelle. It is a cytoplasmic organelle. Now they form a dynamic connected network, that is they connect the different metabolic activities also, they say. So when we study about mitochondria, there are four main compartments, that is the outer membrane, the inner membrane, the intermembrane space, and the matrix present inside the inner membrane. So here is the diagram with outer membrane. So when you talk about outer membrane, it is permeable to certain ions and small molecules. Then comes the inner membrane. So it is here the respiratory chain proteins are present in the inner membrane. The inner membrane is also changed into finger-like projections. Can you see this one? So this is the inner membrane where it looks like a finger of a human being. So finger-like projections called cristae are formed by the inner membrane. And the intermembrane space, it composed of it is of the similar to the cytosol, that is in cytoplasm we have a part of the cytoplasm, we call it as cytosol. Similarly here also it is present. Then the final one is the matrix, mitochondrial matrix. So the matrix is most of the metabolic reactions takes place in the mitochondrial matrix, they say. So this is all about the structure of the mitochondria. Now we will see the function of the mitochondria. It is essential for the aerobic metabolism, that is in the presence of oxygen the metabolism takes place, means this mitochondria is very much needed. Then energy production through oxidative phosphorylation takes place. Involved in metabolic pathways like beta oxidation, Krebs cycle, synthesis of iron sulfur cluster, and also it maintains, replicate the and transcribe their own DNA, and also it translates a mRNA into protein. So now we are going to see the points what we have given in our book. That is a short recap now. The mitochondria, when we say about mitochondria, it is a filamentous or granular cytoplasmic organelle. So what do you mean by cytoplasmic organelle? Mitochondria is an important organelle present inside the cytoplasm and it has many granules, so it is called granular cytoplasmic organelle, and it's also filamentous. So next, mitochondria is discovered by a scientist named Kolliker in 1857. So he discovered this mitochondria as a granular structure in striated muscles. So the mitochondria is present in the eukaryotic cells. So mitochondria, what is the role of mitochondria? It is used to produce the energy currency, that is ATP. ATP means adenosine triphosphate. Adenosine triphosphate is called as the energy currency of the cell. So it is formed in the mitochondria only. That's why mitochondria is called as the powerhouse of the cell. The mitochondria vary in different sizes. They vary in size, that is from 0.5 micrometer to 2 micrometer. So what it contains actually? So mostly it is composed of proteins, lipids, RNA and DNA. It consists of 60 to 70% of protein and 25 to 30% of lipids and 5 to 7% of RNA. The DNA and minerals are found in small amount of the inside the mitochondria. Next we are going to see about the structure of mitochondria. The structure of mitochondria has two membranes, that is outer membrane and the inner membrane. We have already seen in the diagram. So the outer membrane, the thickness of the outer membrane is about 60 to 70 Armstrong and the thickness of the inner membrane is 60 to 70 Armstrong. So the outer membrane is smooth, that is it is very smooth to look at, and it has a protein molecule called porine molecule. So it is fully made up of protein. So this porine protein molecule, they form a channel. Channel means a way, like a path. Forms a channel for the passage of the molecules through it. We said that the outer membrane allows certain molecules inside. So how does they move? They move through this porine molecule, the channels of the porine molecule. So it's freely permeable. It allows most molecules and contains enzymes, proteins and lipids. When we talk about the inner membrane, already we said that the thickness is 60 to 70 Armstrong and it is semi-permeable. Semi-permeable means selectively permeable. Only certain things can be passed on inside and certain things comes out of this membrane. So the semi-permeable property of this membrane regulates the passage of the materials into and out of the mitochondria. So this inner membrane is rich in enzymes, carrier protein, and it consists of 80% of proteins and lipids. So this is about the outer membrane and the inner membrane. Next we will talk about the cristae. So what is cristae actually? Cristae is nothing but the inner membrane gives rise to finger-like projections called cristae. So why does this occur? Because it increases the surface area of the mitochondria. Surface area in the sense the mitochondria can be seen little bit thicker when the cristae are formed. So here it holds variety of enzymes. This cristae, that is the finger-like projections called cristae, holds variety of enzymes in them. Likewise, oxysomes also present in the inner mitochondrial membrane. That is, it bears minute regularly spaced tennis racket shaped particle. You all know tennis racket, isn't it? Similarly, this F1 particle or the oxysomes, the names are alternately used. F1 particle and oxysomes both are same. These tennis racket shaped particles called F1 particle or oxysome is present in the inner mitochondrial matrix. So these are called oxysomes. What is the role of this oxysome? It helps in the ATP synthesis. So oxysomes help in the ATP synthesis. So ATP is called as energy currency adenosine triphosphate. So next comes the mitochondrial matrix. What does this mitochondrial matrix do? It is a complex mixture of protein and lipids, and it consists of enzymes which are useful for the Krebs cycle, and it also consists of other molecules like ribosome 70S type and tRNA and mitochondrial DNA. Next comes the function of mitochondria. So what does this mitochondria do? Already we discussed. It is a main organelle responsible for cell respiration. It produces ATP, which is called as energy currency of the cell. As it produces ATP, this mitochondria is called as the powerhouse of the cell or ATP factory of the cell. Then it maintains the normal concentration of calcium ions. So calcium ions are very much needed for a cell. So the concentration of calcium ions should be balanced. So this normal concentration of calcium ions is maintained with the help of mitochondria only, and it also regulates the metabolic activity of the cell. So this is all about the mitochondria and its functions, children. Thank you very much.